Hey, welcome back, investors, day traders. My name is Kepley. You're tuning in to howtoplaystock.com. Today's video, I just wanted to cover the topic of taxes, okay? Because we all have to pay them, and regardless if you win or lose when it comes to day trading or investing and you're taking profits or taking losses, taxes are included in that, and you need to know kind of how that works. So stick around, and in the next portion of this video, keep watching. We'll go ahead and cover some of the implications with taxes on investing in stocks. Okay, we're back here. Now, with taxes on stocks, you're going to get taxed on profits no matter what. They basically go in as capital gains. Okay. Now it depends though on what you're invested in. Are you, when it comes to the profits, are they short term or were they long term? Okay, and that's going to make a difference in the tax rates on your investments. Okay. The portion I wanted to cover specifically. And this just happened to me recently. I got a note from the IRS, and it was a cp2000 IRS notice that I got in the mail. And this is dating back to 2014. And what happened was I took a loss for the year, and this was the first year that I started really investing and putting money on the table. So I really didn't know what I was doing yet when it comes to, looking at financial statements, income, the balance sheets on income, stuff like that. And basically, the analogy that I could use here for when I first started investing is that I had a long-term approach, but I had a short-term mindset. Okay. So I was trying to make money quick. I wanted quick returns. I wasn't as patient as I am now. And because of that, I was finding myself buying and selling stocks a lot more often than actually holding them and holding on to them. So I had a long-term approach, but my mindset was short-term, and so I took a lot of losses that year. Now, because I took the losses, I was under the impression that you don't have to report that to the IRS, okay, because it's a loss. It's money that is out of your pocket. Now, I didn't report it as a loss through my IRS tax statement in 2014. I just forgot about it. The reason why is because I really didn't know what I was doing yet. Needless to say, here's what happens when you don't report losses. And it's nothing to worry about, really. It's not a big deal. Basically, the companies that you invested with throughout the year, they're going to, or they should, report to the IRS your stocks that you sold, and they'll report it as a sale. Okay? Now, your broker account, whoever you use for your brokerage account, like TD Ameritrade, who are some of the others? I can't even think of them right now. There's so many of them. Capital One, Vanguard, places like that. They're going to report to the IRS, and they'll report profits and losses, okay? And that's what they should be doing. Now, however, what happens every now and then is a company won't report a loss, okay? And the IRS won't catch it. And what ends up happening is they send you this cp2000 form in the mail, and it could be years later, like it was for me. And they'll say, basically, it's going to say you owe like $3,000 or $4,000, whatever it might be. It's nothing to worry about because it's actually not a bill. Okay, I called the IRS. I talked to them about this, and it's specifically said when I called in on the cp2000 form, it specifically said in there automated voice recordings before I started speaking with a representative, it actually said it wasn't a bill. So it's nothing to worry about. However, what happened basically is the companies reported my stocks as a sale, okay, that I sold. Now, I took a loss on those, and the IRS didn't see it as a loss. The reason why is because my brokerage account, for some reason, they missed, reporting it as a loss on their end. Okay, so it wasn't caught. It was just missed in the documentation. So what you have to do is basically go in to whatever brokerage firm you're with, print out the PDF for tax return statements for that year, and that reports your gains and losses. You want to print that off. Okay? If this ever happens to you, just print it off. You want to keep the AUR number on your form. Have that handy when you're talking to them over the phone. Call them up and let them know, what happened and what you've received. Tell them you're gonna be sending in your tax statements for gains and losses for that year, whatever year it is, where they show a discrepancy. Okay. And basically the way it was explained to me is that the brokerage firm didn't report the losses from their end. Therefore, when they were looking at the tax year, all they saw was the companies reporting these sales of the stocks, which are the ones that I sold. So it looked like a profit because they didn't have anything to compare it to for profits and gains on the brokerage account. So all they were going off of was the company, that I was invested with, who I sold their stocks. That's all they had to go off of. So IRS automatically assumed it was a profit. So all you have to do is send in the documentation and just prove that it wasn't. That's really it. Other than that, that's all it really comes down to with reporting this stuff. I highly would recommend, honestly though, just to avoid that in the future, reporting your losses or gains on tax returns, just so you don't have to deal with that in the future. Okay, that's all I have for today on taxes. I do have another video that I've shot on some of the tax rates for REITs, MLPs, and stuff like that. So if you want to go in and watch that video, I would highly recommend it. It's in my playlists. I'll put it in the description here in this video as well. But if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so, because I'm making updates like this on a consistent basis, shooting videos on my experiences with investing. So that way you guys can learn and kind of understand, what it entails, and you can learn from some of my mistakes, like this one, especially with the taxes. I wish I would have had somebody just back 3 years ago telling me, hey, you might want to, upload the report from your brokerage account. Even if you took a loss, you might want to upload that into your tax returns. It would have been handy if I had somebody like that who would have been able to tell me that. Well, now if you're watching this video, you do have someone that can tell you that kind of stuff, because I'm still learning through my experiences, and I'm going to share those with you throughout my videos. So that's the whole purpose behind this channel. I'm not a genius, not an investing guru, but I do have some experience. I have some skin in the game, and I like to share those experiences with you. That way, regardless if I win or lose, you guys can learn from it. Okay? So go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and remember, income's the outcome, guys. I'll talk to you later.